let's not be silly. But once you are off the operating table, the surgeon and the pharmaceuticals become irrelevant. I happen to pick that example for a very good reason. In the year 2001, General Stubblebine, my husband, was skiing. We were skiing in Wyoming, and he broke his hip. He shattered his femur, and I was told by the surgeon who happens to be the surgeon who operates on the U.S. ski team, he was on call that day, I was told that my husband, who was 71 years old, would never walk, dance, ski, or drive again. And I said, nonsense. So I said, don't be ridiculous. Of course he will. As soon as he gets off the operating table, I want you to hang up an IV bag for 12 hours with 50 grams of vitamin C, and I want you to change that bag every 12 hours, giving him 100 grams of vitamin C, plus multivitamins, multiminerals, taurine, glutathione, etc. And he looked at me as if I were mad, and he said, why? And I said, those things are necessary for human wound healing. And he said, well, we don't do it that way here. And I said, you're telling me that my husband will be crippled because you don't do it that way here. He said, yes, and not only that, his lifespan will be shortened by the painkillers that he'll have to take for the rest of his life. I said, I'll tell you what, you are going to do it that way. He said, no, we're not. And I said, it's in the literature. It is standard of care. And if you don't do it, doctor, I will sue the bleep out of you. And I smiled. And he got white. And he said, well, I'll see if the internist approves it. I imported those materials because shamefully they were nowhere to be found in a modern hospital in the United States. And my husband walked out of the hospital 4 days later. He still had crutches. He was dancing 3 months later. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of construction going on. Right over here, you can see what will be an internet cafe and a wonderful area with flowers and a big roof.
Nice. So you're going to do intensive, like 1 week seminar?
Yes, exactly. And right here you see our chickens. Now, these chickens are natural chickens, pollo.
Yeah.
And these pollo,
no testosterone, no hormone.
natural testosterone in the rooster. We had.
I'm sorry. It said that usually el pollo, chicken, it takes about 1 year to really grow.
To reach full maturity at the rooster.
Yeah, but with the hormones and all that, you have it in 21 days.
Yes, that kind of distortion is unacceptable. And oh, by the way, you're eating hormones too, which is why we have children who are so tall and children who are so infertile and children
13 and 14 years old?
Exactly.
They're huge.
Because they're drinking hormones in the milk. Half the cows in this country, in Panama, are given recombinant bovine growth hormone. This is poisons was made by Monsanto, now it's made by Eli Lilly. This is poison, but it causes animals to get fat and produce milk. It also causes them very fast. A cow lives 2 years on hormones instead of 12 to 15 years without hormones.
Really, 12? 2 years?
2 years. That cow dies from overwhelming infection. When you milk a cow on recombinant bovine growth hormone, there is so much pus in the milk that the standards, watch the holes, the chickens dig holes. By the way, we move this chicken house, this chicken tractor, every 2 days. The chickens drop nitrogen in their excremento, and they eat the bugs, and they get fresh grass, and then we move it 2 days later. Ordinarily, we have about 15 chickens here.
But Dr. Rima, a lot of people, and you know, they're having this milk that is with hormones and all these type of things, and they're growing very fast. What are the consequences of that?
The consequences are infertility for children, premature sexual maturity. 3-year-olds are developing breasts and developing a level of sexual maturity that is terrible for them physically and psychologically. Cancer, cardiovascular disease. This is a death machine. These hormones are designed to create profit on the agricultural level, and then they're designed to create lots more profit on the pharmaceutical level. Understand this: you are a useless eater. You have been declared to be excess. Now you may say, oh wait a minute, aren't there too many people on the planet? And the answer is, most of us think that because we've been propagandized into thinking it. Truly, there are not too many people on the planet.
But Dr. Rima, when you drink the cow from a cow that has been injected with hormones, you're taking these hormones into your body, or these hormones die in the process? You're
taking these hormones after they have run through the cow's liver into your body. Why is that important? Because in biochemistry, we learn that there's something called secondary pass. So a chemical may be toxic in and of itself, and recombinant growth hormone is toxic. But once it goes through the cow's liver, it's changed into something that is even more toxic. So you get both the fresh hormone,
into
something worse. And the same is true of the antibiotics that these weakened cows are given, and of the